Hello, Wildcats! This is Principal Schroeder, coming at you live outside one of the entrances that we'll be using for student drop-off in the 2020-2021 school year. I know this school year is going to be unlike any other we've had in the past, but together we're going to make it amazing. This video is meant as a follow-up to the slide deck that I shared with families in the previous weeks, going over some of the policies and procedures that have changed, as well as some of the changes to our facilities for this upcoming school year. Every night at WHMS, our amazing custodial staff will be cleaning this building to get it ready for students and staff the next day. So let's go inside and check out a little bit of what's new for the upcoming school year.
This graphic outlines what each student or staff member needs to check each day before entering the building. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, you need to call your healthcare provider. For morning arrival, parents need to line up to enter the Wisconsin Hills parking lot from the west on Wisconsin Avenue. You can see that we have two lanes. The lane closest to the breezeway is for parent drop-off, and just to the left of that lane is our bus lane. Parents will be dropping their students off at two different doors, W3 and W4, outside of the cafeteria. After parents drop their student off, they'll pull forward and turn left, yielding to the buses who are turning right to drop students off in the back of the building. We always have a supervisor there to help with this traffic flow. Buses will be stopping at two doors in the back this year to drop students off. After they drop the students off, the buses will continue around the track, staying to the right of the parking lot or on the west side, exiting and turning to the right. All traffic exiting the grounds needs to make a right-hand turn.
In addition to every student and staff wearing a mask throughout the school day, with no exception this upcoming school year, well, the obvious exception would be built-in breaks that we have, and of course during lunch, there are a few other things that we need to keep in mind. As students and staff are entering the building, they'll be utilizing these hand sanitation stations to sanitize their hands as they enter the building. We will have markings on the floor inside the building and on the ground outside the building to remind students to stay 6 feet apart at a safe distance. And lastly, all students will be able to enter the building beginning at 7 a.m. Here I am in one of many hallways at Wisconsin Hills Middle School, and what a great place it is. A couple of things that I want to remind families and students is as students are coming into the building, either via parent drop-off or bus drop-off, students will be reporting directly to their cohort classroom. You can see some of our lockers here that really aren't going to be used until maybe the winter months when students start coming to school with heavier coats. Then lockers will be assigned and students will be able to keep their heavier winter coat in their locker. Other than that, the expectation is that students are in the hallways when they get here, staying tight to the right as they go down the hallway and reporting directly to their cohort classrooms. We're here inside one of our classrooms to give you a look at how things will be set up and how we're able to spread students out this year.
Our classroom cohorts currently range from 19 to 25 students.
And those cohorts have been placed in classrooms dependent on the size of the room. As a reminder, Teachers are going to be rotating to the students. The students are going to be staying in place for the most part throughout the school day. Students will get an opportunity to go outside for lunch, to go down to the cafeteria or to the library during lunch. We will be building in breaks for them to get outside beyond just their regular lunch and resource time. But in order to minimize hallway traffic, teachers are going to be traveling to the students. So we've got students spread out within the classroom. Students will have assigned seats. Teachers will be wiping down high touch points and other hard surfaces in between classes. And in addition to students thoroughly washing their hands, hand sanitizing throughout the day, we'll also be sanitizing, cleaning all the classrooms as the students are at lunch. Classrooms will be assigned specific bathrooms for students to use during that class period, and there won't be any more than one student per classroom allowed in the hallway to access the bathroom at a time. All of our bathrooms will have floor markers outside indicating and reminding students to maintain a safe social distance of 6 feet while waiting to use the bathroom. And all of our drinking fountains will have cages over the actual spigot, but if they're equipped with a water bottle filler, those will be on and accessible for all students and staff. I've been asked by our camera crew to speak a little bit more quietly in the bathroom because of the reverberation, and so it goes. All of our bathrooms here at Wisconsin Hills will be cleaned in between each class period and cleaned again very thoroughly at the end of each school day. Also, all of our bathrooms have been equipped with paper towel dispensers. One of the key components for us to be able to stay safe, to stay open, is for all of us to do an excellent job of thoroughly washing our hands throughout the school day. Inside our WHMS cafeteria, things will certainly look a little different this year, as we have a grab-and-go system for students to come and grab hot lunch, and we will want to keep cohorts seated together as they eat lunch, and this is an example of how students may be seated. They'll be 6 feet apart at least and seated with their cohorts. We'll be utilizing both the cafeteria and the library spaces this year, and a reminder that we've also added an extra lunch at each grade level to further ensure that we're able to spread kids out and keep them a safe distance while they eat. I also just want to randomly point out that we have found the time this summer to update the green throughout the building to more closely resemble the green in our logo. Go Extreme Wildcats! We certainly recognize the importance of students being able to get outside and take a mask break at various points throughout the day. In addition to their opportunity to get outside during recess, we'll also be building in other breaks for classrooms to come outside for students to be able to just spend some time outside and take their mask off if they'd like. For recess, we will be assigning cohort-specific areas out here where they will pretty much remain located. Students will be able to remove their masks if they'd like when they're in their designated area. If they are going to connect with students from other cohorts, we will want them to continue wearing their mask. Here I am outside WHMS at the end of the day, and we will be dismissing students for the buses first, and we'll be staggering the dismissal to minimize the amount of traffic in the hallways. After that, we're going to be letting the students for parent pickup go, and we'll be prescribing pretty specific routes and exits for them to use, just so that we can get kids outside as quickly as possible.
In the afternoon, for departure, all buses will be lined up in the middle of the track waiting for students. Students taking the bus will be dismissed first on a staggered dismissal and will head out to the buses. Buses will pull out on the west side of the lot, and at that point, parents who are lined up on Wisconsin Avenue will pull into the parent pickup lane once they're waved in by a WHMS employee. For the afternoon, we'll be utilizing both the west and the north sides of the building for parent pickup in an effort to get as many cars off of Wisconsin Avenue as possible. Parents in the afternoon will follow a similar route that our buses follow in the morning as they wrap around the track, staying on the west side of the parking lot, and it's a right turn only as you exit the lot. It is imperative that all of us do each one of these things on a daily basis, take care of each other in order for us to stay safe, to stay open.
As I mentioned, at the end of the day, our custodial staff is going to be doing a deep clean of our building. In addition to using the auto scrubber on all the hallway floors, all the bathrooms will be cleaned, all the classrooms will be cleaned, all the high touch point areas throughout the building will be cleaned and sanitized. I can't wait to see you all back here on September 1st through the 4th for our soft start days, and I can't wait for learning to begin for all starting September 8th. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I hope you found this video helpful. Sometimes it's nice to be able to see it before you experience it. But again, let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day. Go Extreme Wildcats.